Hey, what's up, everybody? This is JT. Welcome back to the channel. To all my new subbers, welcome to my channel. Welcome. All right, y'all. So it's been, I know, over a week for sure since I've done a video. I think the last time I was even behind camera, I was doing a podcast with T over at Model Customs. He's the host of Sprue Crazy, and I'm the co-host of Sprue Crazy. And we interviewed the modelers. Last week we had Joe on from Model Building Corner, and then we had Leon on from Model Car 1589. So we will be looking for somebody else to interview for the next weekend. Okay, so y'all check out those guys' channel. Check out T channel for sure. He got some new products he got coming out too. Fairly new channel, but great build, a great guy. All these guys are great guys. Make sure you click their links in the description and subscribe to their channel. Check them out and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, next, this video is to answer a community question from Jason over at Blue Ox Model Shop. The question generated from a podcast I think that Jason was in, and his buddy of his came up with the question, and Jason thought it'd be a good idea to do a community question, which was it was actually a great idea, Jason. Thank you. Um, the question is, as a modeler at your skill level, is it okay to plateau and be happy and still be happy? And is it okay to do so? So my answer is yes and yes. Okay, I'm gonna say because as a first of all, number one rule is to have fun when you're building. Okay, and the number two rule is to build it your way. Is your model build it your way? That's how I look at it. We have different levels of builders. We have some that just paint their cars, put them together, box stock, and put them on the shelf. You got some that like to add, stuff like myself. I like to add, touches. Um, you got some that like to, do some hell of a modifications to a model, kit bashing, you know, cutting the frame. Me, I don't cut the frame. I don't chop the tops. I don't do none of that. Now, Jason put it out there, and it made me realize I am a box stock. Well, let's just say he put a new title out there for a builder like himself and myself and somebody else that like box stock building. Uh, Box stock plus builder, which is what I do. I build a lot of box stock. A lot of my models you see are box stock. I use everything out the box except for the carburetor, and I add spark plugs, and I add the wires to it, and make it look like I had spark plugs in it. So uh, I add battery cable wires, stuff like that. The keys to the dash, little small stuff, nothing too big, nothing too crazy. I might add some other decals that come from something else, but uh, most of my cars are box stock. When I first started, everything was box stock. Those Wildcats, they box stock. The 85 Camaro box stock. The 67 Chevelle Pro Street box stock. El Camino, y'all see in the background, box stock. Uh, it's all, and the ones I've been building here recently, they box stock plus because I've been adding stuff to them. And it's nothing. I still use everything out of the box. It's nothing, major that I do. Like I say, plugs, the spark plug wires, battery wires, keys. I add that type of stuff to it. I use some aftermarket wheels if I have to. I always use the aftermarket carburetor. Everything comes from MCV products. Mostly everything comes from MVC products. Uh, Now I do have some engines I want to use that I got too that I want to put in the 2500 dually, the 1500 Chevy pickup, the Nova wagon. So I do have pretty parts that I want to use to put engines in. On the curbside, I got a lot of curbside kits. I have engines for every last one of them. So I will be, I will be using them. But I'm comfortable right now where I am. Another thing is rattle cans. I do have an airbrush that I got from Joe and that I got from Joe and Manny. Um, like Jason said, he's like rattle cans. I do too. You know, it's quicker. It saved me a little bit of time. You know, when you can just clean the model up and then spray it. You know, hey, sometimes you might have to dip it, strip it down. You know, sometimes you don't. Most of the time, me, it come out decent. You know, and I'm happy with it. You know, some of them come out. Some of them may have a little bit of orange peel in it, but that's okay with me. I'm happy with the way it looks. Like my buddy Joe say, if it looks correct to you, it lives the right way. So you know, nothing is wrong with using the with using rattle cans. And you know, like I say, this is rattle can. This for the Vinny's Vinny's Camaro group bill. You know, rattle can 1K clear. Now you may see it need to be cleaned up, wiped off because I have been touching it, but you might see a tad bit of orange peel in there. But it's okay because you know what? If you go look tomorrow when you get up, look at your car, especially these newer cars. Look at your car, look at it closely, stand to the side, especially on the quarter panels. You will see orange peel. It's hard to see unless you get up on it and you're just really, really looking. It's really, really hard to see. And that's how it is with my model. It's hard to see. And I will put this in a show any day. You know, you can rattle can models and put them in the show. You can win awards with them. Ed did it. Jason did it. I did it a couple times. So you still can use a rattle can. You know, everybody got their own way of building, you know. And yes, it's okay to plateau and be happy, and it's okay to do that. It's perfectly okay. You're not hurting nobody. You happy. That's all that matters. That's the reason for building, you know. Um, I do, like I said, I do want to expand out. I do want to use my airbrush because you got different colors you can use. Like I say, old Tim over at Rack Daddy Studios, he used a tropical glitz paint. You know, model he did came out perfect. You know, so I want to try that. But uh, yeah, so it's okay to, you know, if you just want to build a model, put it on the shelf, paint that bad boy, put the wheels on it. You know, put it on the shelf. It's yours. You know, it's yours. So it's okay to if you want. If that's all you want to do, that's all you want to do. That's fine. Nothing's wrong with it. I want to touch on a subject right quick. I want to touch on something that I saw uh, on Facebook in one of these groups. I'm not going to call out the group name, but in some of these groups, man, you know, I am totally shocked that some of these admins let this stuff go by because some of the posts that's being made, some of the comments that's made under people posts. Now, let me say this: we're model builders, but to the stores, Hobby Lobby, hobby shops, you know, if you look at a Hobby Lobby receipt, it's gonna say Hobby Toys, Hobby and Toys. If you look at an Ollie's receipt, it's gonna say Toys. You know, when Ollie's put their model kits on sale for the holidays, it's in the toy section. You know, when you find these kits at stores, they be near the toy section. Even at Walmart, you know, whatever Walmarts they carry the kits, they over by the toy section. It's considered a toy. All right, so I saw a post that was really criticizing somebody's work. Um, it was relating to the mirrors, and you know, it was like, you know, don't call your model finished if you know you don't have the door handles. If you don't have all the details, mirrors, door handles, and stuff like that. Well, unless the Mirrors are supposed to be painted the same color of the car, where you can put them on before you paint the car, styrene to styrene. It's cool. You can do that. The ones that have the chrome mirrors that goes on, that you don't have to strip them down. You just put them on after the car is painted. Those are hell to put on. The review mirrors, they go in the window. They hell to put on. They don't necessarily stick to the window. They stick to the top of the actual car, and it just hangs down to make it look like that. To make it look like it's hanging from the mirror, the window, the windshield. Anyway, that stuff is hard to do, especially after the car is painted, like I said. But I said this to say this. I said that to say this. Do not criticize nobody's work. Some people, they use this hobby to overcome things they're going through. Like the time when they did the community question about how does this hobby help you out, right? I know a lot of you guys remember that. The response to that community question was unbelievable. And it was touching, okay? Because you never know what people are going through, okay? And myself, this hobby helps me out because I was injured in 2014, so I be in pain a lot. And sometimes when I'm out here knee deep concentrating on the model, it helps me out because I don't think about it. And after I'm tired, I go in the house, take a shower, and I go to sleep. But for some people, for a lot, like us, no, I'm not gonna say for some people. Well, yeah, for most of us, this hobby is helping us out. It's helping us get through something. It's helping. So, and a lot of people already are afraid of criticism. They don't take criticism too well. People don't take that too well. So instead of criticizing somebody's work, get them pointers on how they can improve, or you can get them pointers on how to do stuff, because a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people, they won't ask because of criticism. And if you criticize somebody's stuff and they already going through something, you never know what that pushed them to do. A lot of people, criticism has destroyed a lot of people's lives, childhood lives, and they're still dealing with it to this day. So you might cause somebody to just flip the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? If you criticize their stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's helping them. You never know what people are dealing with. You got to be kind to people. You have to you have to be, if it's something that you want to say, just keep it to yourself. If you're not going to help these people, man, just say it to yourself. Because this hobby is helping a lot of people. So you can't do that. Just help. Don't criticize. Help. Don't criticize. Help. It's like I said, and it's shocking to me because I thought these groups were supposed to be to, share your work and help others out. That's what I thought. I don't really. Some groups. I share some of my stuff, in groups, but it's some of them, man. I'm just totally shocked at what I see. Grown men saying to each other over a toy. It's a model that we build, but it's a toy at the end of the day, and you in competition with it, and you criticize somebody else's stuff. Don't do that. That's not right at all. Yeah, that's not right. So, Jason, yeah, man, it's okay to plateau and be happy with it. It's okay to do that. Um, Thank you for putting this community question out here. Um, I look forward to seeing everybody else's response. I haven't been out here at the bench in a while. Like I say, I haven't really just been doing nothing out here. I've been taking it easy. I've been taking a little break, but I wanted to get on here and respond to that. I watched two videos. I watched Jason's video and I watched Mac Daddy, his videos. I forgot the name of the channel, but it's Mac Daddy something. But I watched he was building a dozer, and I would like to build a dozer and another tractor or something, something in that nature one day. So I think that's cool what he doing. Uh, I can't say that I will be able to watch a lot of other videos because I'll be busy the next couple of days and plumb on out through the weekend. So uh, I probably would not be back full time at the bench until after next week. However, I do have a model that I have to finish for the show for next weekend, so I don't have that much to do. I just got to do some more engine stuff to it and, add the front cap and all that stuff to it. So I don't really have that much stuff to do to it. So, but anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Remember, do not criticize nobody's stuff. That is just not right. Help somebody, help somebody. Okay. That's it. That's all. And I'm out, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video, whenever that will may be. I got some shout outs I got to do, updates, giveaways. I have a list of shit I got to do for YouTube. So, y'all just bear with me, please. It's been a difficult time for me, actually. But y'all just stay tuned. Thank y'all for everything, okay? Y'all have a good night.